Okay, so let me see what we have here. Got airplanes, military airplanes flying over the water, having a good time on military operations. They're doing this all over the world, right? Doing this all over the world, 24 hours a day. 24 hours a day, military operations. See them there? Over the water, military operations, all the countries of the world. Airplanes travel in a straight line. Airplane. Flying over the water. See the water there? You think they know if the water is curved or straight? See it there? See them going over the water? They going like 600 miles an hour over the water. So if they go 1 hour, that's like 500 miles. That's enough to know if the whole Earth is flat or curved. And they doing this all day long, every day. So it's being proved whether the Earth is flat or straight every day. They all know it, right? They'd be a fool not to know it, right? Have you ever heard of a plane flying away from the curve of the Earth? Okay? Of course you haven't. So why aren't they telling people whether the Earth is flat or curved? This is a scientific experiment right here. See? That's a scientific experiment. That experience. That's an experience. See? It's going over the flat ocean. The reason why they don't tell you is because they keep you in the dark. That's why. They can't come and say, "Oh, we're flying away from a curve." They bring attention to the subject. You see? So they treat you like they're lying to a girlfriend. It's like she's dumb. She don't know what's going on. See them flying right there every day, and they know you're not even smart enough to comprehend that. See, and so they can't come and say they flying away from a curve because anybody would say, "Oh yeah," and they'll go do the experiment and find out, "Oh no, it's no curve." See, so what's the best thing to do? Just don't say nothing about it. They so stupid they'll never figure it out. Perfect example right there. Okay, what we have here is a Sun Racing Chart. Okay, the Bible said the sun is racing across the sky, right? So you should be able to race the sun, right? If it's moving, you should be able to race it, right? So I came up with this idea, inspired by that brilliant thought, of making a solar racing chart, right? And it's going to bring out a lot of truths. Either the sun is moving or the earth is moving. So we're going to race all these things. The car. First we're going to have the car and the airplane race the sun, right? And then you also have the apparent Earth's rotation, right? So we're going to keep all the values of the moving objects the same. That way, the truth is going to come out. So the sun is moving across the sky, or the earth is moving at 1,000 miles an hour. So you got the sun going this way at 1,000 miles an hour, and the sun is illustrated as a disk because on the other side of the disk, sky is dark. See, it's dark. It's only light where the sun is shining down, right? We're gonna make this like in reality. So the sky is dark over the sun. It's light shining down on the earth. So here we go. Got the sun disk here, moving this way at 1,000 miles an hour, apparently. Then we'll have this airplane moving this 1,000 miles an hour from east to west. So they're gonna take off. They're gonna wait till the sun come, and then they're gonna be on the coast of New York. And then they're gonna head out. This is gonna be the coast of California right here, right? So they're gonna head out from east to west. So you got the sun. It's gonna go from east to west. When the sun comes, that's when they're gonna take off. That's gonna be the start. When they see the sun come up in the morning and it hits over the top of these two objects, this car and this plane, they're both gonna all head out west at 1,000 miles an hour, right? And the Earth's supposed to be rotating in the opposite direction at 1,000 miles an hour, right? So, boom, the sun, and boom, the sun comes up. Boom, so they taking off. So the car's traveling by ground. So it's dealing with the terrain, traveling by ground. And it's going 1,000 miles an hour, and the airplane is going right over the top of it is 1,000 miles an hour. So they're going parallel. And the sun is going with it parallel to 1,000 miles an hour. You know how they had airplanes would be tracking cars and give them a ticket? You know, they going parallel. The airplane would be tracking the car, and then the police stop you in the end like, what? You like the airplane, you know, he was traveling with you, and that's why you got a ticket. Because you was going, you know, you didn't even see the airplane was up there trailing you. Because if you're on the ground and the airplane is in the sky, and you going in this, and y'all both traveling at the same rate of speed, you're traveling at 1,000, he traveling at 1,000. That's just like that. You was traveling at 85 miles an hour over the speed limit. He was going 85 miles right with you. So how is anything moving between these two mediums? Huh? How is the Earth moving this way? Right? The Earth is going this way at 1,000 miles an hour. I know they say the air is holding this plane. Well, this is ridiculous. Wait. These two things are going parallel, okay? And nothing is moving in between them. Let's get this fiction out of the, we're going to deal with reality first before we get into the fiction, okay? This and this are going parallel, just like if you was on the ground and you going just like this. And ain't nothing moving in between them. There's no calculations for nothing moving in between them. Not one calculation. Only thing moving between them is something in your mind. So, and look, they going parallel with the sun too. So when they get to California, they all went 2,000 miles and they all still parallel. So they zooming down the road. You know, he's zooming in the air right over this guy. Ain't nothing moving in between them. See? Ain't nothing moving in between them. And this right here is doing nothing. There's no value on this. We'll get to that later. Only three things is moving in this picture is this, this, and this. Now, they're saying either the sun is moving or the earth is moving. Well, they're moving right along with the sun. At 1,000 miles an hour, 1,000 miles an hour, 1,000 miles an hour. And if this was going this way, it would be in the opposite direction. So they would be going away from the earth. This would be going away from the earth. It would be 2,000 miles because it'd be going 1,000 miles that way, and the earth would be going 1,000 miles out. That's 2,000 miles. It's nothing like that even happening at all. Matter of fact, this value is at 0. See? So when they get to California, now this proved that they was all going parallel. In reality, it's simple. This was going 1,000 miles an hour. This was going, and they was keeping the same sunlight. You know, when you're going to California, you know you gaining sunlight, right? Because you're going with the sun. And this is the ultimate illustration of that. When you're going to California, you gaining sunlight. When you're going to New York, you losing sunlight, right? Yeah, that's because it is. This is being illustrated right now. So as long as they stay parallel with the sun, they'll never even see. They'll never even see darkness. Now, so they go down. So when they get to California, the car has to stop, right? Because he's on the coast of California. He got to stop. So, because he's going by land. He go to water. He go to Pacific Ocean. So he got to stop. He's in the Pacific Ocean. But the airplane and the sun can keep going. 1,000 miles an hour. See? They got airplanes that go faster than the sun. They got airplanes that go way faster than the sun. So he can actually pass the sun up. You know, he can go faster than the sun. Sun's slow compared to these modern day airplanes. So now the airplane and the sun is going parallel. And the car had to stop, right? And this value down here is doing nothing. The earth is doing nothing. It's the sun doing the moving. See, it's either the sun or the earth. The earth has got no value in this. This value is going west at 1,000 miles an hour. This value is going west at 1,000 miles an hour. This value was going west at 1,000 miles an hour, but then it had to stop because it was going by terrain on the earth. But by these being able to go parallel all the way proves that there's nothing moving in between them. Because they saying that if it was going in this direction, that the earth was going in the opposite direction. This car would be going in the opposite direction if it was going 1,000 miles an hour in that direction. See, that's totally illusion. This is not. This is crazy. This is crazy, man. What they say. And the earth ain't moving. There's no value on this 1,000 miles an hour rotation. Zero. This is at the value of zero. These three objects are moving. Sun is moving. It cancels out this bogus stuff here, right? So let's continue with this. We can learn something here. It's a simple stuff. And all the time, the space is dark, proving that the sun is coming from local. Local, down. Local, local. If it was coming from 93 million miles away, it wouldn't be no dark space over there, right? Only place to get light is underneath the sun. That's it. When it's here, the sun is giving light. All right? Now, when it's here, the sun is giving light, but the car has to stop. But the airplane and the sun keeps going. So now, the airplane is still under the sun, right? But check this out. Check this out. Airplane is still under the sun. But check this out. The car has to stop in California, and the sun and the airplane lead the car, right? Darkness. So then they're gonna leave the car in darkness, because wherever the sun goes, it takes the sunlight, because it's local. And now they're over the Pacific Ocean. These two going towards Japan, and long as this airplane stays up beneath that sun, he ain't gonna see no sunlight coming from 93 million miles away. Look, and the cars, and now it's got stars, the same stars that is over here. Now they all the stars join together, you know, and it makes sense. Now he's left in the darkness, okay? He's left in the darkness, and these two still are zooming at 1,000 miles an hour. So what is this proving? It's proving that, and what is the Earth rotation doing? It's no movement calculated. That's no movement calculated. Yeah, see? No movement calculated. There's no value there. There's no movement. There's no register. These two are doing the moving, and this is proving it. The airplane is going parallel with the sun, racing the sun, just like the Bible said. It's racing along with the sun. Airplanes can prove easy a lot of stuff, you know. Whether the water's flat, all you gotta do is go over the flat water. Then you know it's flat. So the flat earth movement, this is what you should do. Get an airplane and go like 5 hours at about 400 miles an hour over there. Take some Globers on there. Take everybody on there and witness it. And when you come back, and we'll see whether the water is flat or curved. All you gotta do is one time. The water ain't gonna change. It ain't gonna be some of the water is flat on the earth and some of it's curved. All you gotta do is get an airplane to go over the water low, like they do in the military, where they real close, man. They already know. The military already know, but they ain't telling you. So the flat earthers got to do it themselves. Get an airplane. You NBA players, y'all know the world is flat. Come on, you know, let's get we don't need no big fund, me trying to get rich or nothing. Let's just get an airplane and just go over here and get everybody witness one time, and then announce it to the world. And then anybody can do this, go over the flat water, and then they can do it too, because this is a repeatable experiment. So anytime you go over that water, it's going to tell you whether it's bent or curved in the airplane and go straight. So let's get back to this. So now this is left in the dark. And, you know, the joining in the darkness is over the other side of the sun. And these two are still in the sunlight. They moving over the Pacific Ocean together. They're together. 1,000 miles an hour. Keep the values even to make it so you can see what's up. See? Because you always racing the sun, but the sun be going at 1,000 miles an hour. You be going to 70 miles an hour on the going from California to New York. See, so if you was going to the 1,000 miles an hour, then you'd be going exactly parallel with the sun. And if you was going in the plane, you'd be going right parallel with the sun. And if you was going in the car, the plane, and the sun together, y'all all three gonna be going parallel, proving that the sun is doing the moving. The plane is going parallel, and there's nothing moving between the medium of the earth and the air. Nothing moving in between that. Period. When they tell you that, that's delusional. They got all kind of lies, and they be telling, but they cannot do it in a laboratory. They cannot do it. They can double talk to you, and you accept it. Talking about the air is going 1,000 miles an hour. That's why you don't feel it. That's why it's not calculated. This, that, and other. That's pure rubbish. They can never listen. When you go to California to New York, it's 2,500 miles. So you take the gas for that in the airplane. You pack that gas for that. Now, and when on the way back, it's the same dilly. And ain't nothing moving underneath the ground. Because if you was in an airplane and you went in the air and the bottom's supposed to be moving, you going in the airplane and you going 500 miles an hour, and the bottom of the ground supposed to be moving 1,000 miles, you gonna be losing. You gonna be losing. It's so ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's nothing moving. And then all that's supposed to be moving, and they say, oh no, it's no calculation because the air is moving. Air? Airplanes go through air, man. Air. That's what airplanes do, go through air. So that ain't no calculation right there, brother. What you is you a voodoo master and you a psychology. These people, you trying to make voodoo science just to throw people off. Let's get back to this. Your garbage is this ridiculous. So, you got the sun and the airplane going parallel. Car left in the dust back here. He can't pull a little car. He's on the terrain. Can't go over the water. But these two sure can. They both in the air. So, they're going. So long as this sun goes parallel with this, he ain't going to see no sunlight because it's right over his head, parallel. It's not coming from 93 million miles away. If it's 93 million miles away, it's going to be lit everything all the time. But we already talked about that. We ain't going to beat a dead horse, down. So, long as he continue, he ain't going to see no sunlight. So let's go to the next clip. Okay, what we have here? So the airplane, it goes over the Pacific Ocean. Now it's over there, say going over towards China. So it's running out of gas. It's gonna land. The airplane they both made it over. They both going 1,000 miles an hour. He ain't gonna never see darkness as long as he stay under that sun, right? And what else do we have here? You got your usual over the sun. It's dark. Can't forget that. Now, he goes in for a landing. He ran out of gas. So, when he ran out, the sun was over him. So, the sun was bright over him. But then when the sun starts to leave him, it starts to get darker where he's at, darker where he's at. And then when the sun leaves him, when the sun gets up, boogie's on the way from there. When the sun, he lands, he run out of gas. You don't have as much juice as the sun, so you run out, man. You run out of juice, man. No Hugo. So he landed on. The sun was bright over him, and then the sun starts to leave, and then his world starts to get dark, man. And then when the sun gone, the sun's still going at 1,000 miles an hour. He's the only one going now. And then when he's left here, it gets from light to semi to dark, and then he's in darkness. And the only place that's lit up is where that sun is at. See, the sun gone, taking the sunlight and the sun rays with him and the heat with him. And then he joins the same darkness that was always over the sun. This is reality. And then what is the Earth rotation doing in that time? There's no calculation. He's out of there. It's fiction. There's no calculation for no rotation. It's the sun doing the moving. Okay? Period. The Earth is not moving. They both can't be moving, the sun. And you see the sun racing across the sky with your own eyes. That's how much they got you in a trance, right? So now we go play that game. We're going to try to race the rotation of the Earth. See how fair I am? Okay. What we got here? This is just showing that the sun The airplane, now the sun is going and it's coming back towards the car. See, when it gets to the car in New York, it's gonna light back up the areas, and it left the airplane behind, and the sun only shines down, only gives light to where it shines down. Over the sun is dark, and back of the sun is dark, in front of the sun is dark. That means half the earth is lit and half the earth is dark. You cannot get half the earth lit and half the earth dark if it's coming from 93 million miles away. Everything would be lit up. We already went over that. This is just, it don't change. Can't fake the funk on the monster dunk. Okay, so now we're going to play the game. We're going to race this earth rotation. Okay? So, they decided they're over here now. So the earth rotation is going that way, right? So they say they're going to wait for they're going to race the earth rotation. So they're waiting for it. But the earth ain't moving. They're just sitting there, waiting. So they say, well, we got to have something to start the race. We can start the race when the sun comes. See, there's nothing. There's no starting point. The earth ain't moving. They just sitting there waiting for go. There's nothing to come. Only thing moving is the sun. So they say, okay, the sun coming from this way, right? And they say, when we see the sunlight, we're gonna take off. So now they see the sunlight, they take off, going this way 1,000 miles an hour, this way 1,000 miles an hour. They're in California. They're going towards New York. Going towards New York. Boom. So the sun goes the opposite direction. Now they're in the dark. See, we're keeping it 100 here. So the sun, they waited for the sunlight to come. When the sunlight hit, they took off. Boom. Boom. That means the sunlight is going the opposite direction, 1,000 miles an hour. They're going this way 1,000 miles an hour, this way 1,000 miles an hour. So then when the sun is going 2,000 miles an hour, they're going opposite. They going this way 1,000 miles an hour, sun going that way 1,000 miles an hour. These two going, and these two have nothing in between them. No earth is moving. They're going parallel again. So this is moving. This is moving. So they go 2,000 miles. 2,000 miles. So in that 2,000 miles, the sun is 4,000 miles away from them, right? And what did the rotation do? It did absolutely nothing. All they did was just went down the road. Did nothing change? These two didn't change at all. Nothing changed between nothing was moving between the plane and the car. They went parallel. Nothing was changing, moving at 1,000 miles an hour between these two. See? They couldn't race the earth rotation because it's non-existent. It's a non-existent entity. It's just non-existent, right? It don't move. It's stable. So, let me see. So, there it is right there. We tried to race the sun. We tried to race the earth rotation. It wasn't nothing happening. It was a zero value, meaning no motion detected, right? The sun, nobody's ever proved the earth is moving. Guess why? The sun is moving. So they won't be doing that no time soon. Do you think anybody's ever proved that the sun is not moving? You think anybody's ever proved that the sun is not moving? You see it with your own eyes, right? They cannot prove that the sun is not moving, and they can't prove that the earth is moving. There's no value for the movement. It's not moving. So when you go in an airplane from New York to New York to Los Angeles, it takes 4 hours. When you come back, it takes 4 hours. Nothing's moving underneath. See? If it's just so ridiculous, I don't even want to go over it, okay? We all know that. Everybody at the airport know that. What's this? And they come up with a big lie saying, oh, the reason why you get a zero value and no calculation, or they don't say it like that, but this is what they're insinuating, is because the air is moving with the atmosphere. It's going 1,000 miles an hour too, but you can't detect it, and it's canceling all this, which should be concrete movement. It's canceling all this out. Now you're very, very delusional. It's a shame you tell people that. Now I say this: I demand you to step up and show this in an experiment. All that garbage you saying. Show it in front of me. Show it in front of some people who got good sense. I'll chop that up like chop suey. There's no way on earth you can show that. See, well, you know what you're gonna show? That the reason why it's not showing no value because it's not moving and the sun is moving, buddy. You know, that's for weak-minded people, and it's proven right here, right? Right. They all take off, 1,000 miles an hour, going parallel all together. Impossible if the Earth is moving 1,000 miles in the opposite direction. These two are going to have a problem going parallel together. The air travel and ground travel, because the ground supposed to be going 1,000 miles in that direction. How's it going to be going 1,000 miles in the opposite direction with this one? This on a whole different medium. See, that's bogus. And then how are they all going to be going parallel with the sun? Okay? And just following the sun around, right? Parallel with it. And then where's the calculation for this 1,000 miles in the opposite direction? Nothing. See? And then why, when the airplane keeps going, it's always in the sun? And when the car stops, it stops and it's like in the dark now. But as long as this airplane stays to that sun, it continues to be right underneath the sun. And where's the value movement for the calculated movement of the earth? Zero. Always zero. Always zero. You think they can prove that the sun is not moving? I don't think so. Why you think they show the sun with wings in ancient times? And on the Bentley. Because the Bentley is moving out, buddy, quick. 0 to 60 in what, 2.1 second? Almost going fast as the sun. We should take a Bentley and race the sun. Right? Sun only shines down in this area, close, and it don't shine up all out into the everything. If it was a ball close to the earth, it'd be shining all over. And you know all those graphs and stuff they show you of eclipses and all that, that's all bogus. They showing you a sun in the dark sky. Tell them to show you eclipse. Put a ball in a light room, big, and step way back far from it, and then show me your eclipses, buddy, in a lit up room. They can't show you nothing. They're gonna show you on a painting. If they do show you eclipse in the room, it's going to be a dark room. They're going to be way up close on the light. Trickery. See? In reality, if the sun was way far back and shining all bright all over, everything would be sun flashed out, brother. Everything would be light. See? So, this is the solar racing chart showing you that the sun is doing the moving and the earth value of movement is zero. It's impossible to be going parallel in land travel and air travel. If the medium in between them is moving at 1,000 miles in a different direction. It's totally bogus and ignorant. And racing the sun, you can race the sun. They got airplanes that go faster than the sun. They got airplanes that go they say like almost 1,500 miles an hour or even more. So they can go in front of the sun. They can beat the sun. Sun's slow compared to them, but they can't go as long as the sun. The sun got much who go. Check. And that's it right there. Right? So we're going to wrap this part up right here. And it's the sun doing the movement, man. Earth ain't doing nothing but sitting there still, just like the Bible says, solid. Okay? Shalom and peace. Okay. The Bible says that to understand how day and night is accomplished on the earth will show you knowledge. Okay? So they say sunlight is coming from 93 million miles away. They say that's how day and nighttime is accomplished on earth. Okay? So let's see, is that true? Okay. So now we have the sun out here. It's coming from 93 million miles away. These are diagrams, that anybody can get. You got the little stylized sun rays coming here. Earth on this axis. Here's the Earth in the daytime. Got a daytime sky. Here's the Earth on the nighttime. They got a daytime sky. Same sky on both sides. Well, that's a problem right there. That's impossible. So now, this is where the rubber meets the road. It's impossible for them to show a graph of their lies. Okay? And this proves that it doesn't get any worse. They can't show a graph of anything. If you can't show a graph of day and night, you think you can show a graph of an eclipse, of a moon phase, of anything? Of course you can't. This is the basic. If anybody can show a graph of anything, daytime or nighttime, I'll give her $1,000, post it on YouTube, pull all pull my little video off, say that you're the greatest, denounce the scriptures, denounce Moses, and say that I'm ill in the mind, right? In front of everybody, right? Okay, so let's proceed here. So here's example number 2. You have the sun in a light sky. Okay, usually they show it in a dark sky. So then it's coming from 93 million miles away. It's all lit up, the whole sky. That's proper. And when you get to Earth, then the sun's shining. They got a light sky. It's proper. And on the other side of the Earth, they got nighttime. But oops, their sky is light. That's bogus. The sun lights half the Earth at a time. The other half is in shadow. This is called night. Tricky words, tricky situation, bogusness, lie, and you have to learn all the tricky words because they bring the people in there with the fast speaking guys on the videos. When they describe stuff, they speak so fast that they run the bogusness on you. The con game, you understand me? You gotta have a brain to figure out this little stuff. If this gets over on you, you really don't have a brain. So let me see. Here goes sunlight coming in. There's another example. Different varieties. There's no official graph telling you how we get daytime and nighttime. From NASA, from Neil deGrasse Tyson, whatever the heck his name is, from Bill Nye the Science Guy, there is no official graph of daytime and nighttime on Earth right now, period. What does that say? They can't make one, Big Baby, Baba. Okay, so let me see. Total bogusness, sunlight coming in, everything's got the same sky. This is supposed to be a person, I guess, in the nighttime, but he got a light sky. This is supposed to be a person in the daytime, he got a light sky. This person in the nighttime got a light sky. Nighttime, light sky, daytime, day sky, all bogusness. Let's go. This is like too funny and it's not worth the jokes. Okay, what we got here? How to explain why we have day and night. With a tennis ball and a flashlight. They always come in with the little perpetrating flashlights and tennis balls, especially when they're trying to show you moon phases. Now let's get this straight. The Earth ain't making no moon phases. There's no flashlight. When you say it's coming from 93 million miles away, Big Baby Baba. You understand me? Okay. So, when you do your moon phases, you take one step back for every million miles away that you say that the sunlight is supposed to be coming down to Earth and the moon. Then you get you a big bright light, not no flashlight. You understand me? Then you do your moon phases, right? From now scales, right? And then you have daytime and nighttime on the Earth at the same time while you do your moon phases. I guarantee you won't achieve anything. Anyway, getting back to this right here. So, you got your little perpetrating flashlight supposed to be the sun. And now this is a real good attempt to fool people. I guess they catch a lot of people with this. They say get you one so you can do it too. Get you, what do you say? Get you I'll get you a tennis ball and a flashlight, so you can do this at home. And then, of course, the Earth's always got the same color sky on both sides, even though they got the flashlight shining right up on it, and they got the starlights. You know, listen, this is what you call pure garbage. I can't go over this. The Bible says do not really trip on fake science. Okay, all I can say is this is garbage, rubbish. It takes. Let me just go on, man. This is funny. This is a real slickery, right? This is what you call slickery hickory right there. So let me see. What causes day and night to occur on Earth? Draw a diagram. Okay. The side of the Earth facing the sun is daytime. That would be this over here. Daytime, bright sky. Good. The side facing away from the sun is night. Nighttime. They got a light sky. Perpetrating bull crap garbage. We're going to just go on. Here's a good one right here. Here's a good tricky one right here. The sun would be over here making us all yellow, and making them have a bright shiny day in the daytime. They got the proper sky. But this is illustrating like if the sun was really shining like a big ball, the whole sky would be lit up. It would all be lit up. Daytime is all lit up. Oops. Now you come over here, you got these little fake perpetrating stylized night. Okay. With the little perpetrating line. Now they getting bodacious. They like, this how we gonna give you a daytime sky and nighttime sky. This for the real dummy. This for the boogie down dummy up. Boogie down Bronx dummy up. See it? Daytime, nighttime with the style. Listen, I hope you can see that, because I hope you can see. I don't want to be explaining that. That's what you call con game. You understand me? This is a new world order right here. The new order of the cosmos. So then we'll have here day and night. I don't even want to read this. It says the same old garbage. And then it says sun in the dark sky. And once you know that it's downhill, because what it's going to end up is daytime with dark sky, darkness on both sides. One is always one of them going to always be messed up, man, because they can't even it out because it's a big lie. Okay, that's the bottom line. I hope you can see this, and you can put two and two together. This is little kiddie stuff. This is the kind of stuff that they be doing con games on the corner. The 3-card Molly game and all this on the corner in the Bronx, and and they get you. This is a con game. Let me see, day and night. Usual. I'm not gonna read that. Sun, perpetrating sun rays. Sun in the dark sky. You already know what's coming up. Perpetrating trio sun rays. The Earth with light and dark sky. Same dark sky on both sides. Okay, we pretty much seeing a pattern forming here. Let's get through this real quick. Sun perpetrating Ganger sun rays coming down. It's all lit up as proper. So now we got the right daytime with the right sky. Oh yeah, they're winning. And then you got the night. Oh, too bad. Fake sky. Same bogusness. Because it's yin and yang. Once you lie on one side, it come out on the other side. You got to understand that, because they make lies to cover up the other lie. So anyway, last one. Oh, thank goodness. Fake sunlight, dark sky, perpetrating sun rays, come down, Earth lit up, dark sky. Usual bogusness, and this big black bogusness, and that's it. So glad. I hope you see this garbage. And this is the best they can do. Anybody can show me daytime and nighttime in an illustration? That's all you gotta do is just show a drawing. I'll give $1,000 right on the spot, post it up on YouTube, embarrass me, and I'll denounce the scriptures and rebuke myself and say I'm ill-minded, and I was a very delusional person. Okay, so let's see. Right.